Hello everybody, I'm here with the Mizuno Neo Zen for my Wednesday recovery run from yesterday's 19-mile double. Just gonna bop around, just going out, running, hanging out. I'm feeling really tired today. I woke up early because my dogs are good and I actually just had to pee, and I can't blame my dogs for that. And once I'm up though, they're like, "Dad, it's time to exist." And I'm like, "Oh, rip my sleep." So you could hear it in my voice. I'm still exhausted, but that's good because it's a recovery day. I'm actually going to be increasing the mileage today. So normally I've been going 8, and then last week I bumped it up to 9. Today I'm going to shoot for 10. Just slow though, nothing, no speed involved. So I'll see you soon.
Guess who's back? Back again. Neo's back. Neo Zen.
It warmed back up. Today is warmer than it's been. Might not be peak summer hotness, but it is for sure warm. Okay, Mizuno Neo Zen. I haven't reached for this in a bit. It is soft and squishy as I remembered it. It is tall, and I think that for the last couple of weeks I haven't felt confident in my foot placement due to my leg hurting, and so I was hesitant to take the Neo Zen out because of how tall it is and how unstable it is. Not experiencing that too much today, but not yet at least, but I've at least a couple of times tripped over them. I fell once in front of all of Run Club, so definitely embarrassing. But the main point is that I didn't want to roll an ankle and make a already precarious position more painful. Otherwise I really like these. There's an issue that comes and goes with the feeling of getting hot spots under my forefoot. It's not happened yet today, but I will be sure to let you know if it does. Definitely have a very small amount of hot spot vibes under my 4 feet. But I'm taking a journey to the South Wedge neighborhood in Rochester. I typically only run in on weekends. The reason I'm going there now is I've been feeling really stagnant in my everyday zone and patterns. This isn't too much further, but it's across a busy road, an annoying road to cross too. So I don't come out here a ton, but it's nice. It's post-collegiate sort of hipster LGBTQ area of the city, slightly more upscale than some of the other versions of that, but still on the more affordable side. Then you have houses like that, that's legit a church, or I don't even know what to call that. It's a beautiful house though. I think that's a business. It's also a beautiful house. One of the unseen ways or undiscussed ways that tiredness, lack of sleep affects me personally, and probably affects you too, is the inability to resist negative self-talk and making more unhealthy decisions, whether that's with your phone habits or with your eating habits. If you're tired, your brain, the component of your system that's on high alert against all of the things that you want to be disciplined towards avoiding, its guards aren't up. It's like having the security system off. And then whatever bad habits you've been practicing avoidance on, or practicing better habits in light of become harder to resist because they're the easier thing to do typically. Like watching a show and eating some popcorn is easier to do than not having the popcorn and grabbing a book. And sleep just contributes to the decision-making process. That's why you need a lot of sleep. Or not a lot of sleep, but the right amount for you. You really can't see it, but the smoke out here is really affecting me. It's hazy and smoggy, and I haven't really looked into why it's smoky, but it's presumably from some sort of fire in Canada. That's what it generally is. If you're out in the West, you know all about forest fires. Well, it's brand new out to the east. We bring in climate change out to the East Coast. I moved back from Denver, brought the fire. In the back half of this run, the Neo Zen has been absolutely killing it. This is what it's for. It's just like soft, bouncy, stacked, cushioned. We'll see when we get to the end. I've noticed before in this that past 10, maybe even past 8, it feels like the foam is starting to get compressed. That fatigue resistance. But right now it's not. I could just see it happening towards the very end of this, because I'm at 6.5, 3.5 more. I'll let you know. As you might be able to tell, I just got out of the shower. Which means I'm nice and clean and ready to talk about the Mizuno Neo Zen, which is not so clean because it is now over 100 miles. And actually, when I took it out today, it was already over 100 miles. So I was trying to figure out if I already did a 100-mile review on this, and I don't think I did, which is crazy. I haven't run in this in a while. I touched on that while I was out on the run. It's mainly because I've been dealing with a mild injury, and this is really a high stack compared to a lot of the things that I run in, and it's soft. And so I was worried that I might roll my ankle into my injury and then like break everything and cause me to never be able to run again. So I haven't been running in this, and with good reason, because I have actually, like I said, out on the run, I've tripped in this embarrassingly. And I've actually twisted my ankle in this, like not substantially, not in any way that caused the injury, but you know, it's just really high stack for me. And I guess I can't cope with the stability on this. I don't think everybody's going to have this problem, and it doesn't deter me from running in it, but it did deter me from running in it for a while. So Neo Zen, high stack, daily trainer, that's the purpose, that's the stack height, it's high, it's got to be like 46 or something in that range. It's a really tall shoe. Maybe it's not quite 46, but it is like a, you know, maximally stacked daily option with very squishy soft foam. I like the foam. It's got the whole type of thing going on there. As you can see, it's definitely incurred damage over time, but this foam isn't the best, or this rubber isn't the best at gripping in the wet, but it's also not the worst that I've experienced. My thoughts that I want to update you on with this shoe. There are some times where when I'm wearing this shoe, I get a hot spot in my forefeet, particularly on the ball of my right foot and the ball of my left foot, but just a little less, as well as some big toe rubbing on my right foot, which makes sense. It's the bigger foot, only barely the bigger foot, but it is a little bit bigger, so it makes sense that that one's the one that's having rubbing on the big toe. Overall, I think that maybe some of the issues could have been corrected if I sized down, because this does have slop fit. It is too big on the top, and because of the booty style construction, that does have an effect on your like overall stability in the platform, and it could have contributed to the fact that I tripped and fell in this shoe a while ago. But that, again, all of that doesn't deter me from running in it. It steers me towards running on nicer, less trail oriented pavement. So I went out to a different part of town today. That's normally kind of a pain to get to because you have to cross. It's not a major road, but it's a road that people just do not pay attention on. And there's no real good crosswalk that doesn't take forever to change lights. So I always have to dodge through traffic because I'm not going to interrupt my run for like a full minute. I don't know. Maybe some people have thoughts, I'm sure, about how to cross the road as a runner. I am of the type of runner that will cross pretty much any road. I've often fantasized about there's this bridge that is in Rochester. It's called the Frederick Douglass Susan B. Anthony Bridge, which is a very long name. So people call it the Freddie Sue. And that bridge is literally a highway bridge. Like you can't run on that, but I often really would like to run on that. Like whenever because I run by it a lot. It's the big one with the arch. You'll probably have seen it in my videos. I go underneath it all the time, and you can get on it. You can get it on foot. It's possible. I know where to do it, but it is too dangerous. But also, like, come on, that would be such a cool experience. Whatever, I digress. They should put on a race across that bridge because it would just be, it's like the New York City Marathon going over the bridges. I just think going over bridges is cool, I guess. So I went to a different part of town in the Neo Zen today because I wanted more like accessible roads and like neighborhoods. And I also wanted to change of pace. I've kind of beaten the dead horse of all of my normal routes beyond death. I have run all of my routes a ton of times, and it's hard when you're running this many miles. Like you have a limited range that you could do, especially during the work week for me, where it's I have to be back for meetings, and I'm dedicated to contributing my time and effort to my organization. So I don't want to take too much of my time during the day, and as a way of being fair. So I try to limit how far in one direction I go for my runs. I'm not like going out in one direction for 5 miles typically and then coming back 5 miles. Cause what happens if like, I don't know, what happens if there's a thunderstorm, or like what happens if I do have a meeting coming up against it and then I get lost on something that will happen to me because want to explore generally, so I'll take some turns and get totally lost and then have no idea how to get back and then be late for the meeting, whatever. That's my own anxieties, but this limits me in my head to a specific range, at least throughout the week, which is why I've been so thoroughly enjoying my long runs over the weekend. Like I like running on Saturdays with Run Club because I don't have to choose the route, so I just follow whoever's the pacer, which is such a relaxing break from choosing your own routes. But on Sunday, I value that time as well because I get to go places that I normally don't go. Like last weekend, I got pretty freaking lost. I ended up in Henrietta, which is way south of Rochester. And I didn't even know how I got there, to be completely honest. Like I miscalculated cardinal directions because I don't have like a compass with me or anything. Whatever, I'm rambling. Neo Zen, very soft, very like cushioned, good for recovery efforts, extremely good for recovery efforts. That's what I would primarily use this for. That's sort of what I did today, but this is capable of picking up the pace too. It's not a slouch and it's not heavy. So I don't know, it's like, I did a comparison with the Evo SL. And I stand by that comparison where I was in that video saying the Evo SL is your fast side of daily and the Neo Zen is your recovery side of daily. And it really is. But I think that, there's a Venn diagram of pace range where the Neo Zen is over here, right? And this is the slow side. My left side is the slow side. And then the Evo SL is over here. And there's a huge overlap for pace right in the middle, where I think that this could hit, for me, down to 7:30 when not in this heat. And it wasn't even actually. So I got back. I was thinking out there, it was like, well, it's not the peak of summer, but it was still 85 degrees outside. And the bigger issue was the smoke. It's brutal today. It was one of the worst smoky days we've had. I should probably look up what's going on because I'm looking outside right now and it's like gray and smoggy. It looks like a cyberpunk futuristic hellscape outside right now, except it's like all lush and green because Rochester is a jungle. So the Neo Zen is really comfy, and I like running in it. I think there are flaws with the upper. If they change the upper, it would be a better shoe. Personally, that's my opinion. And I think that it would cultivate more interest in Mizuno as a brand. I think that Mizuno can get rid of the booty uppers, or maybe like make them work better. I don't know, or make the sizing work. Like I don't know. I just don't know what to say because even if I size down in this, I think it still would be sloppy. I don't mind it a ton. I think it just deters people who have had in the past who have had even worse experiences with booty style uppers. I think it deters them from wanting to try the shoe. Like that's my stance on the upper. It's not horrible. It's just sloppy. It's not to me. It's not even as sloppy as the Evo SL. Like the Evo SL actually has a sloppier fit and like less quality materials. Like I think this is overall a more quality shoe than the Evo SL. Besides the midsole, I mean that's really hard to be full Light Strike Pro. Not to slip back into the comparison, but they really are picking off where each other left off. At least of the shoes that I own, I think they complement each other really well. But the run was good. I mean, it was miserable, actually. It was really not the best run, but it was a good run because I got 10 today. Normally, I'm only getting 8 or 9 on my Tuesday or my Wednesday recoveries. It's crazy how running has shifted my perception of the week, where I literally think that today is Tuesday because my running week started on Tuesday. So Tuesday is Monday and Wednesday is Tuesday. But that means I only have a 4-day week. But what I'm tricking myself on is Monday for my actual job is typically like 10 plus hours of work. So I'm just trying to play tricks on my brain to make it seem like I have less of a laborious week. But you know, when you actually like working, you don't want to trick yourself so much. So that's a really disjointed update on this shoe. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your attention as always. Let me know if there are any shoes coming out soon that you want me to review. I'm looking forward to all of these blast shoes from Asics coming out. So if anybody sees any like sneaky links to not that type of any sneaky websites hosting the sale of any of the new ASICS shoes ahead of the actual release, do let me know because I will grab at least one, maybe two of the Blast saga that's upcoming. All right, see ya.